I'm Moxie. And we are here because I got my Glam Bag X for November, and that Glam Bag contains makeup, and you like makeup and I like makeup, and that's why we're here, right? That being said, we are not in my usual site back there because I have decided that whenever I have to do Ipsy stuff, I'm just gonna do it over here on my desk because it's just easier to lay everything else out. So if you see me on my thumbnail sitting on my beautiful chair over here, it usually does mean that it's an Ipsy video. Thank you for hanging out. Thank you for tuning in. Leave a comment. Share with your friends. I do have a little bit of makeup in the next frame, just not all the full face of makeup. So this time you won't be that scared, I hope. So yeah, I will see you in the next frame. All right, hello. So as I said, I don't really have a lot of makeup on because there are some products that I need to test from this Glam Bag X that require me to not put all of my makeup on. So without further ado, here it is, Glam Bag X for the month of November, the Huda Beauty Glam Bag X. I've never tried the brand. I've seen other influencers and makeup artists talk about it or mention it in passing, but I've never tried it. Not because of anything negative, I just really never really had like an inkling of, ooh, I want to try this brand. I'm glad that I think we have 2 products from Huda Beauty in this bag. And then that's the actual makeup portion of it. So I already have everything out, and the first thing in the box is the PMD Beauty Clean Smart Facial Cleansing Device in Warmth. So that is this little buddy right here. And it's just the cutest little thing because it has its own stand and it brings its own battery, which I cut out of the video putting it in because it was covered in this hard plastic and it was just to get out. So moving on from that. So this is supposed to have a sonic vibration technology that has 4 customizable modes to deep clean your skin, purify pores, and treat your face to a lifting and toning massage. Basically to clean it, and it also on the back, these little ridges right here, you can also, you're supposed to be able to use those to massage in serums and things like that. So I don't know if the camera is going to pick these up very well, but I'm going to turn them on so that we can see the vibrations. So that's the first one. That's the second one. That's the third one. And that's the fourth. Now I have a couple of things in mind about this that I'm just not gonna bring up because I'm trying to keep it PG, but it's a little sus to me because I've never really used one of these tools before, but it's a little sus, the modes that it has that pulsates. It's weird. Whatever. I have a dirty mind, I'm sorry. I do plan on testing it before I put anything on my face, like my foundation or anything like that, just to see at least how it feels, because with all of these skincare products and things like that, I really don't think that we can say, oh my god, this is great, just by putting it on one time or by using it just one time. I believe that skin products are something that you need to use over time and then figure out how it feels to you. So just for the sake of knowing how it feels with product on it, I do have my Fenty cleanser. So, and I have some water over here as well. Let's see how it feels. I'm gonna go on the first one first. Okay. There's a lot of product still caught in, so I'm gonna use a little bit more water and see if. Let me turn it on. I did have some concealer on my cheeks, so that was taken right off. It did take off all the concealer that I had in my spots, my face. And it does feel pretty nice, I gotta say. Yeah, I could fall asleep just like putting this around my face. The product that was stuck in there, it has now gone, so it did actually just need a little bit more water. It did remove the makeup, it did remove the makeup that I had on my face. So at least I know that it works a little bit better. I will say sometimes I do have to battle a little bit with the cleanser, with the Fenty Beauty cleanser, in order to take my makeup off properly. So this feels like a really nice tool to have. I have the rest of my skincare here, so I'm gonna keep this handy while I take off my soap. So I will be right back. So the soap is off. Before I do anything else on my face, I want to try the facial radiance pads from First Aid Beauty. These are exfoliating, toning, and illuminizing, I think. Brightening. Okay, there we go. Because the instructions say to use it on a clean face before I put my toner and my moisturizer on, I do want to try these. So it's pretty full, and they are actually pretty thin. It does say that it brings 60 pads, and it does have like a plain side and it has like a textured side, so I'm guessing that's the one that we're supposed to be using. Now, you can't really tell, but I usually do have some dead skin around my nose and like right here on my cheeks. I usually have like little dry skin. I don't want to say that they're scabs, but just like the dead skin, you can tell. They're always around my nose and my cheeks. So I usually exfoliate a lot around that area, and then I also moisturize a lot, which has been helping. But today I did have some little dead skin around that area that I didn't treat because I wanted to see how the exfoliating pads worked with something like that. So I'm just gonna grab my hand mirror here. And oh, okay, yeah, it did actually help with that dead skin that was around my nose and like this area right here. It looks very soft, and it actually kind of tightened it as well. Like it kind of did like diminish the size of my pores around that area, so that actually makes it look pretty smooth. I like these. I like these. Cool, so I'm toned, moisturized, and ready to go with the actual makeup part of it. There are two products that I'm not going to be testing on this video, and that is the GOLDFADEN MD Needleless Line Smoothing Concentrate and the AHAVA Leave-On Dead Seam Foot Cream. Just because, again, I believe that these are products that I'm not really gonna see progress until I've used it a couple of times in a row. So I will start using them, and I guess I will give an update on my socials. Remind me, please. But I am gonna, however, move on to putting my foundation on. The next thing that we're gonna be trying is the Huda Beauty Easy Bake Loose Baking and Setting Powder. That's what I want to try next. Okay, so I have already my foundation and my concealer on and blended out. So I guess the next step would be to go in with the Huda Beauty setting powder. Now, as I said, I've never really used the products before, but I gotta say I do love this packaging. It looks so pretty, and the box it came with was actually incredibly pretty as well. That smells really familiar. It smells good too, though. Hang on. So when I put powder on my face, I don't really tend to use powders anymore that much. This smells really good. Oh my god. I can't even put my finger on what it is that it smells like, but it smells really good. I've stopped using a lot of powders, and I've never been one to like bake, I guess. And lately I've been using less powders and more cream makeup, because I usually do go super dramatic with my eyes. Oh, this is gonna give me clown lung. So when it comes to my face, I've been trying to like tone it down. So I've been using a more natural foundation, so the little Fenty Beauty Ease Drop. I've been using cream or liquid blushes like the YC Collection liquid blushes, and cream contour like the Milk contours, just to make it a little bit less, you know, cakey, I guess, or like makeup-y. And then for my concealer, I've been using the Tarte C Hydro Sealer as well, and this gives you like a very nice natural finish, I guess you could say. So I'm gonna leave that on while I do the rest of my contour, and then I will come back. Okay, so I have my contour and my blush already on. If I lower this a little bit, you should be able to see a little bit of it. I don't really do a lot of contouring. I do use a lot of blush, and while it gave me a little bit of problem to blend out my blush where the powder already was, obviously because I'm going from like putting blush on foundation to putting blush on where powder already is, where like the foundation's already settled. But you know, after going over it a little bit, it fixed it right up, and it actually blended out really well. So you can see it in certain places where like there's no powder anymore. After that, I'm just supposed to blend it all out or take the excess powder off, which I'm doing right now. It actually also helped me blend out my nose contour very well. Like, I'm not mad at it. It doesn't make my face look super dry, because that's one of the reasons why I stopped baking and just wearing all that powder all the time. It was because they kind of exasperated or like accentuated the texture on my skin. But I can say with certainty that this powder does not do that. Like, it just looks smooth and it helps blend everything out really well. This retails for $34 according to Ipsy. Speaking of Huda Beauty, the next step is going to be the Huda Beauty Legit Lashes in Vanta Black. So there's a side that's for curling and lengthening, and there's a side that is for volume. And then it says that if you want to use both of them, that you can use volume first and then the lengthening side. So that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna use both sides, and then I have some fake lashes that I am gonna put on. Oh wow. Okay, so this has a lot of like extra product on there on top of it. So I'm removing all of that excess product from the tip, and I'm going to grab my mirror over here and see how the volumizing side looks. Oh wow, okay, that is volumizing. Sheesh. I like that. A little clumpy, but nothing you can fix with a spoolie. So I don't think you can really tell on camera because I do have eyeliner, and also my lashes tend to grow outwards and not upwards. But if I close my eyes, maybe you will be able to see that it is a little bit volumizing. They do look fuller, and I have blonde eyelashes, so it's very important to me that they appear. So I'm gonna use the curl and lengthen side by itself on the other side, but I'm gonna just try this one by itself on the other eye. Ooh, that's not a good ooh. There's so much product on my eyelash right now. Hang on. Because the other side was a little bit clumpy, but again, nothing that I don't think that I can fix without a spoolie. But I feel like this one's just a lot. Like a lot. And again, I don't know if you can tell because of the eyeliner, but hopefully if I put them down, you will be able to tell. So I already tried, it says to use the volumizing side first and then the curling side, so I'm gonna try them both together on this eye. So this one already has the volumizing side on it, so I'm just gonna go with a spoolie just to take out any excess in the eyelash. Wow, it's really crusted on there, huh? Takes a minute. Okay, and then I'm gonna go with the lengthening side. It definitely looks like tiny little spider legs crawled on my eye. Before I used the curling and lengthening side, it took me a couple of minutes to be able to like take out or like spoolie through them. Listen, with the exception, and I will say why it's my exception, with the exception of the Fog Proof Mascara, I am not a fan of mascaras that I have to build up to get something out of them, which is why I'm so picky with my mascaras. And the only reason why that's not an issue for me with the Fog Proof Mascara is because the Fog Proof Mascara has this very lightweight formula to it. Well, when you build it up, it doesn't get clumpy or just messy. And then that's my issue with other mascaras. This mascara, I feel, number one, a lot of product comes out when you take out the wand, like a lot of product. So you have to make sure that you take all of that excess product out before you use it. And then number two, I'm not a fan, again, of mascaras that you have to build up, because then you have to go in with the spoolie and take all of that excess out. And then that just leaves dry mascara all over your eye. You have to clean it up, and then you have to apply and clean it up and reapply and clean it up. especially with this one that is two different layers. So you're not applying the same layer of the same mascara, you're applying the same layer on two sides. And I don't really think, for the lengthening side at least, isn't that good by itself. The volumizing side is pretty nice. I don't really see myself spending $27 on this mascara and then just go through all of that effort when I can get the same result with one layer of the Il Makiage mascara or the Icon mascara. Less money, one layer, same result. More money, two layers if you're using both sides. The curl is meh, the volumizing is okay, but it's still a lot of product, and I think that even if you only use one layer of the volumizing side, you still have to clean it up because again, it takes out so much product. It's one of those products that I'm gonna use because I have it, and not really one of the products that I'm gonna keep buying, like for example the baking powder. So, and that being said, I'm gonna go with the Il Makiage on my bottom lashes. Next up, I have the Rare Beauty Positive Light Liquid Luminizer in Transcend. And oh, okay, so this isn't a dropper for the highlight, it's actually a doe foot applicator. So that's pretty sweet. I'm always a little concerned about putting cream on top of powder. It also seems to be a little bit dark for my skin tone, but I usually find that when I get darker highlights, it doesn't actually darken my skin. It just gives it like a more natural, less like blinding frosty glow, you know? And yeah, that's exactly what's going on here. It's giving me more of like a natural glow than like a blinding glow. I don't know if you can tell on camera, I lowered the brightness of my light. So no highlight. So it's pretty muted. It's more, I would say it's more of a natural look, but I think it's really pretty. It's not showing up on camera the same way that it's showing up in person, but there definitely is a very pretty glow about it. I think this is really pretty and I will 100% keep using it. And then last but not least, the WINSOME Lash Whimsical Baldwin Floral Motifs Eyelash Set in Noble. Hang on. It's the names of the actual lashes. The Noble, the Hybrid, and the Envy pairs. For today's, I'm going to try the hybrids just because it's more of the style that I usually do, like longer on the outside, shorter on the inside. It's very wispy. These look very nice. I am not going to use the glue that the eyelashes brought, simply because it's one of those glues that you have to cut the tip off. I do not have a pair of scissors with me at this specific moment in time, and I really don't want to get up and get any. So we'll just keep our faith in my trusty crusty little duo. Cool, so I already have one on, and then I'm putting on the other. Ooh, cool. These are so pretty. I think I got my actual eyelashes caught underneath it. Hang on. These are really pretty. Like, I really like these. I like that they're wispy on the outside. Like, they're longer on the outside than they are on the inside. So, like, these are really pretty. I'm obsessed, honestly. I really like these. I'm gonna retouch my lipstick and I'm gonna be right back for the final thoughts. The facial Radiance pads, because as soon as I used them, it took out a lot of like that skin that I had on my nose and my cheeks, and it really did reduce the I don't even know if that's one of the things that it's supposed to be doing, but it did tighten my pores around that area, made my skin look really nice and smooth. The little PMD vibrator one, it felt really nice to use it. Honestly, it created a little bit of foam and it took out it. Usually when I use the Fenty cleanser, I do have a little trouble taking out concealers and things like that off of my skin. I have to like really drive it in. This made it so much easier, like one little swipe around it and it took all the makeup off. So I really like this, and I definitely will keep using that. 10 out of 10 on that. Next up, we have the Huda Beauty baking powder. I love this. I love this so much. It Smells amazing. It makes my skin look very nice and smooth. It helps smooth out the rest of the powders that I was using on my face. It doesn't accentuate the texture of my face. It's almost blurring, I would say. This is really, really, really nice. Like, again, I know the price point is a little up there, like $37 for powder. I mean, I would say you get what you pay for. So this shit's good. I'm gonna say 10 out of 10. Next, we had the Rare Beauty Liquid Highlight. This is really, really pretty. Again, it's not showing up on camera the way that it's showing up in real life, but it gives you a very natural, pretty looking highlight. I mixed it on top of powder, and it did not like cake up or look weird on top of powder. You know what I'm talking about. When you put cream on top of powder, sometimes the texture that it creates, it gets just like a weird creamy tart, just horrible texture, and it did not do that. It blended really nicely on top of all the powder that I had on my face. And again, I'm not saying it's blinding, but I do firmly believe that it might be the shade, that it's a little bit dark if you see it in contrast with my face. But it really does have like a pretty glitter to it. It looks like I'm just dewy, like I'm just glowing, you know. It looks really, really nice. I'm 100% gonna keep using that. That's another 10 out of 10 for me. The eyelashes, these eyelashes, I'm obsessed. So granted, I did use the middle ones because they're more my style. Like, they're longer on the outside than they are on the inside. But I still think that this would be very pretty nonetheless. They're very nice and smooth and wispy, and they're just super nice. Another 10 out of 10 for me. And last but not least, we have the Huda Beauty Legit Lashes Mascara. Personally, for me, there's too much product that comes out with the ones when you initially take them out. The volumizing side is very nice if you manage to take all of the excess product out of the wand and then go over it with a spoolie a little bit. The curl and length side, I don't believe does much on its own. And then if you use them together, it gives you a good volumizing. So you might as well just use the volumizing side by yourself. And then again, it's a product that costs $27 for you to have to do a lot of work to make it work. You know what I mean? So layer and layer and layer on product in order to get the same result that you can get with one layer of a different product. Just doesn't make sense to me, honestly. So I'm gonna have to say maybe like a 4 out of 10 for this. So yeah, that's pretty much it. So thank you guys for hanging out. Again, these are all my personal opinions. You don't have to take them to heart. You're more than welcome to purchase these products yourself and try them out. So yeah, that being said, thank you for hanging out. Thank you for being here with me today, and I hope you liked the video. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Don't forget to follow me on my socials. It's all the same across all the platforms. Twitter, Fansly, Instagram, TikTok. Yeah. So yeah. Again, thank you all for hanging out, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.
And they always asking questions about my face, can't relate. Fucking caught my own reflection, broke a mirror the other day. Got a lot of bad shit that I'm taking to my grave. Got a fucking date with death on house arrest till trial days. So I grab the red wine on rainy days and then I pour it, cause I'll age another fucking 1,000 days before I know it. Yeah, I spend them all inside, waste my time while I'm scrolling, but I love when it rains, cause I'm agoraphobic.